We took him from Maxis Match base game, no CC, to alphafied, yassified, looking good, looking scrumptious, looking like he ready to steal all the sim stitches in the world. Like, greetings and salutations, y'all. It's your girl, the Sarah O. Thanks for stopping by on this video. Today we are here with Bryant Givens. He is the sim that I created for the vanilla no CC creative sim challenge on my YouTube channel. Make sure to click the link on the screen and check out the video. But today I'm going to be giving him an alpha custom content makeover because y'all know I love my alpha custom content. So I'm basically going to be showing y'all how I make all my male sims look fine as fuck, because y'all know I love a good attractive sim in general, but my male sims, I don't make that many of them. So I was like, let me show y'all how I make them from scratch, because why not? So all I do when I create a male sim or just any sim in general, I like to start fresh, okay? Fresh face, fresh everything, no hair, no nothing, just bare. So I typically do start with adjusting their features. So all I'm gonna do for the creative sim challenge, I didn't want to use too many sliders, so his lips are way smaller than what I like on my sims. So I'm going in and making his lips a little bigger. If y'all are interested in what sliders I use, I do have a video up on my YouTube channel, 2 videos currently that are shorts that basically tell y'all like which sliders I use for my sims most frequently, but I will also link them in the description box so you guys have an easy place to find them. So basically, yeah, I like my sims lips to be big and juicy because, you know, I'm black and my lips are big and I like my sims to have big lips as well. And then I'm gonna just pull his face up a bit because it does look a little bit sunken in. I don't know if I really like his head shape. If you guys are wondering how I have so many presets, I actually use the Zerbu more creative sim presets, so that's why there are so many showing. So I'm just gonna like click through and see which preset I like the best for him before moving forward. I kind of like this one. It looks a little bit better than the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one. His eyebrows don't look as janky as they did before, and all I'm gonna do is make his eyes slightly bigger. I think I like the position that they're at right now, so I'm not going to change that too much, but I am going to kind of fix the bridge of his nose because it looks a little bit weird to me. So just kind of straighten it up a little bit. He has really high cheekbones, so I'm going to try to push those in just a little bit because they're like protruding from his face currently. I think I'm actually going to just select a whole new set of cheekbones for him because I'm not really feeling these currently. So let's see what they got for us. Okay, it's giving handsome Squidward. Let me just click through a couple more of these and see. Okay, this looks a lot better. I like this for him. I think his nose shape is a little fine. Y'all know I love my Negro noses, so I'm gonna go ahead and extend the nostrils just a tad. And I think his eye shape is okay. Just kind of adjusting it just a little bit, okay? And I do use a lot of custom content eyes. I'm so sorry, y'all. I've downloaded so many custom sims that like I have a lot of different custom eyes, so I don't know where a lot of these are from, and I apologize because I won't be able to like link them in the description box. But if you search on Pinterest, if you search on Tumblr, if you search on a lot of different websites, you will be able to find a lot of this like just custom. I never use, that's a tidbit for me, I never use default eye replacements. I don't use any default replacements, not default feet, not default heads. I don't like default creative sim replacements because they tend to break people's games, and I've had enough issues in the past with those. So I don't use any default replacements in my game. I just use whatever creative sim content is creating that is not defaulted, because I don't want my sims to show up looking crazy in my damn game, and I don't want my game to break. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit about me when it comes to custom content that I typically avoid, and I think that's something most people should avoid because everyone tends to run into issues in the long run with their game not working due to some type of default replacements. But yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of click through and see what eye color he had. Like a hazel base game eye color, so I'm trying to see if I can find him a hazel custom eye color. So give me a couple seconds to do that, and then I'll come back and talk. Baby, can you focus on me? All right, I like these hazel eyes. They're kind of like a greenish hazel, but I'm gonna fix his eye shape just a little bit, and then I'm gonna double click and kind of increase his pupils a bit as well, because I feel like they look a little weird, and just adjust his eye shape and maybe extend the eye a little bit. So yeah, this is gonna be his new eye look. The face it's coming together, the side profile. I do kind of want his bridge to be a little bit less protruding, so I'm gonna do that. And then I think that's fine. I'm not mad at that. And his eyebrow shape is fine. I just want to kind of change his eyebrow in general. So I have a lot of custom content eyebrows for male and female sims. If y'all want me to do a how I create like a alpha CC female sim, just let me know in the comment section and I can get to work on another one of those videos for y'all. But yeah, this is basically my process. I always take a long time choosing which eyebrows I want for the sim because I have so many, and I just like to have a good place of where I can start when I select the eyebrow. So I'm just gonna go through and click through a couple of these till I find one that kind of fits his face, and then we'll move into face details.
My baby girl. Yes, no, hurt me too good, baby. Oh, I'm so wrapped up in your love, let me go. Let me breathe. Stay out my fantasy. Give me the thing that really really get to life. Tell me all about the things that you were fantasize.
All right, y'all. His eyebrow shape, I'm not hating it or loving it. It's kind of in the middle, but I did want him to have a slit eyebrow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it for now, and then if I feel like changing it later I will. But he did have brown hair, so I wanted to make sure that I kept his brown hair. And basically what I do next is go to teeth. I know some people just hop straight into skin details right above, but I like to go into teeth because I need to make sure my Tim's teeth look good. If I'm going for like a grill look, I do have a couple grills in game, but for the most part I think I just want him to have some, like, I don't want to say crooked teeth, but just, I don't know, I'll see which teeth I like best on him and then go from there. Let's see. Okay, I kind of like this. His teeth aren't 100% straight, but they're not crooked either, giving like a little bit of chomper. As you guys can see here, these teeth are by Muvasimmer, so if you're interested you can download it. I believe they are free on their website. But yeah, there are a whole bunch of different teeth that I have. A lot of these I've gotten with other custom content sims that I've downloaded, but I'm gonna go ahead and select the chomper teeth for him. And now we can head into skin details, and skin details is basically where you get to the nitty gritty of being able to create a realistic looking sim. So I have a lot of different skin details, as you guys can see, like the list goes on and on and on and on and on. But I do have a couple of go-to CC creators that I use for my skin details, just because I like the way that they look on my sims. THISISTHEM has really great skins. I will also say that Kijiko551, she also has really great skins for male CC, or for male CC, for male sims if you're interested in using a lot of alpha CC. But Kijiko551 and THISISTHEM are my two go-tos when I'm using skin overlays for male sims. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll all the way down because I know where my favorite Kijiko551 skins are. KingBlackCinema also has some really good male skins. I just remembered those, but I think for this video I'm gonna stick to Kijiko551 because I know she has some lighter presets that I'm going to be interested in using. Not sure who made that one. TRILLQUEEN is also a good person for skin overlays. I haven't used any of her skin overlays for my male sims just yet, but I probably will in the near future. But like I was saying, Kijiko551 has some really good male skins. A lot of them are free on her Patreon as well. I'm just gonna click through a couple of these. Some of them are broken from the high school years update because I wasn't able to fix some of them, but she did update the majority of her skins with the high school years update, so that's something to keep in mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the music play and select which skin I want to use before going into some more detail.
place, my heart is away. All that I can think of is we should get married. We should get married. Let's stop holding back on this and let's get carried away. Stop making a big deal out of the little things, cause I got big deals and I got little things. Got everything asking for but you. Stop making a big deal out of the little thing, let's get carried away. Come right now, you know where I stand. I just wanna say you're mine. I just wanna say you're mine. What you heard, you're mine. All I'm really asking for is you. You're mine. I just wanna say you're mine. What you heard, you're mine. Long as you know.
All right, y'all. So I was cycling through some of the Khadija 551 skins, but I didn't like the way that they looked on his face. I have a couple of Sims that I used them on, but they didn't really fit his aesthetic. So there is a difference between a skin and an overlay. So I'm going to check out some of the This Is Them overlays and see which one I prefer for him and see if maybe those are a better fit. All right, y'all. So I ended up settling on this This Is Them skin. It's called, let me click away from it. It's called the Matthew skin by This Is Them. And there are options where you can include the eyebrows, but I chose the option without an eyebrow shade. And what I like to do is basically set like a base color and find a skin or an overlay that's slightly different from or slightly similar to their undertone so that it matches as closely as possible. The difference between a skin and an overlay, as you guys can see, a skin basically has a lot more texture to it. It's a little bit more 3D versus an overlay is just kind of like an overlay of shadow across the, like, I guess, base color of whatever you chose for your Sims. There are custom content skins that come textured and with a little bit more detail, but I typically like to choose a base color that is just whatever I guess melanated color comes in the base game, or I also use the Ebonix melanin tones. I'll also link that in the description box as my undertone, and then I go in and choose a skin or an overlay inside of the skin details. So yeah, basically once I have my skin selected in the skin details, I typically go ahead and scroll down a few more rows, because if you do select something that's in the same section as the skin detail that you chose, sometimes your skin can disappear. So don't think it's broken. You just have to make sure that it's not in the same section. And then I usually go in and add like a little bit more details. The difference between a skin and an overlay, sometimes things don't appear because a skin is a lot more I don't even know what the right word is for it, but a lot of things don't typically appear on a skin just because of how highly textured it is. So sometimes you have to try a couple of different skin details to see what is actually going to pop up. I was thinking about giving him a little bit of dimples, so I did happen to find a skin overlay that has some dimples included. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I like it that much, but I'm going to try to click around a bit and test out each different one just to add a little bit more definition and texture to his face. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like two tiny little dimples right there. I don't really want him to have two. I kind of want him just to have one on the one side, not that high up. So I'm just going to select this smaller dimple to show up. I think there was like one that was on both sides, but I'm trying to see. I'm so indecisive when it comes to like selecting skin details for my Sims, but I promise y'all it's gonna come out looking good. Okay. Okay, so I selected this one. You might not be able to tell the difference, but there are 2 little dimples on the side of his face. They kind of look like smile lines, and I just want to add a little bit more definition to his face. And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit more, and there is this feature that says define mouth, but it's not showing up because, like I said, certain things don't show up on certain skins. There is this eye texture feature that I sometimes like to use that makes their eyes more white or red, even black if you would like it to be, but I don't want that for him. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out because I don't really think it adds that much to his face. And then there are also nose masks that you can use if you want your sim skin to look a little bit different. You can add some highlight and different things like that if you want your sims to faces to look a bit more contoured. You can barely see it on his skin tone, so I'm not going to add this contour. They have eyelash details if you want your sims to, you know, be yassified and have some eyelashes without having to go into the makeup section. I'm not going to add that either. And there are also some lip overlays. So this skin already comes with the lip overlay, so you won't be able to see it on him, but there are different options within the skin details for you to use if you want your male sims or female sims to have a little bit more definition or just more detail and realism to their face. So I'm gonna go in with this contour. I know he's a male, but I do want his face to look slightly more defined. I don't want it to be too noticeable, so I'm just gonna go in and see if there's a tone that fits best for him without it looking like he clearly has contour on. And this tone's kind of similar, doesn't look that bad. Let me see what it looks like without it. I think without it honestly looks better, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that alone and then scroll down a little bit further, and there are some lip extenders. I don't even know what these are called, but they do add like a little bit of shadow to the outer corners of his lips. So I'm gonna see if I like any of them just to kind of make his lips a little bit more defined. Like, these are really small details that you do not have to add to your sim. I'm just doing it because it's a personal preference, but it does add a little bit more realism to my sims when I'm playing them in game. So I have the lip corners added. This is them on, and then this is them off, and I do like them on, so I'm gonna keep it right there. And then I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for him. For the most part, if he had like an overlay instead of an actual skin, I might be able to add more things, but I think he looks pretty good for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of skin details. His face is fine. You can add different things like brow scars. If you have certain custom content, you can add beards and things like that. You can also add some lip shades inside of this brow scars thing, but I don't usually use that. You can also add things like cheek scars, and some people do add custom content to their cheek, to the cheek section, eye scars and mouth scars. But as you guys can see, I don't have that much custom content that pops up in those categories. So that's him for his face. And next I'm going to go in and get his hair together. I do think I like these eyebrows on him still, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it as is. And I like to use custom content for the majority of my sims, so all I'm going to do is go ahead and click custom content and do that for him as well. So I do have some more hairs. This hair is by Khadija551. I will list off some places that I like to get my custom content here from on the screen and in the description box so that you guys can see it. But all I'm doing now is just testing out which like which alpha CC hair I want on him. He did have brown hair as a Maxis Match sim, so I do want him to keep his same brown hair for his makeover. So I'm just gonna go through and click through a couple different options and see what I like best.
After the show, after the Grammys, I like to go cool out with the family, sipping reminiscing on days when I had a Mustang and now first class up in the sky, popping champagne, living my life in the fast lane. I won't change, I'll be glamorous. Ooh, flowers. First class up in the sky, popping champagne, living my life.
One thing I like to do sometimes if I'm trying to test out different hairstyles to see which one I like best, I just go ahead and add a second outfit category and then click through and select a couple different hairstyles for the sim to see which one I like best on them, so that I don't have to keep going directly back to that hairstyle every time, and I can just click through each outfit to see which looks best. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to select a couple different hairstyles before I decide on which hairstyle is going to be his go-to.
The industry is cold. I'm glad my daddy told me so. He let his daughter know. My daddy told me so. He let his daughter know. My daddy told me so. He let his daughter know. My daddy told me so. He let his daughter know. My daddy told me so.
All right, so I decided that I'm gonna keep him with this low fro. I know he had locks with the Maxis Match hair, but he cut him off and now he has this little spongy low afro. I do typically go in at this point and I add lashes to my male sims. It's a little easier when creating male sims than when I'm creating female sims, just because you know, they don't have to have as much makeup and hair and just like a whole bunch of different extra stuff. But here I'm just going in and adding some glasses, which are really lashes, onto him so that he can have a little bit of extra definition around his eye area. So I typically go in and use the Kijiko lashes for my male sims. That's like my go-to for all of my male sims to use their lashes. They also have an option in the face details to add the lashes in there, but sometimes I just like going in and using them as glasses, because sometimes the where the lashes are in the skin details, they're actually sometimes in the same place as the skin that I choose, so the glasses just gives me a safer option when selecting which lashes I'll use for my male sims. I'm not sure who these 3D lashes are by, but MV1 S Club, that's who they're by, but sometimes I use those as well. But I do kind of like these Kijiko glasses on him, so, or lashes in the glasses section on him. They're not super thick or long, but it just adds a little bit of extra definition to his eye area. So instead of looking like this, his eyes look like this, and he has just a little bit of extra oomph to it. Next, I like to go in, I know some people just go straight into like tattoos and other skin details, but I like to go in and set their aspiration so I can know what type of style he's gonna have. I did think of making him like a party planner type of guy. So it says this sim wants to be a party planner, be it raves or festivals. This is included with the Basemental Drugs mod, so I will link that in the description box. But I do want him to be a party planner, you know, that type of lit motherfucker. Okay. And I gave him base game traits like active, creative, and cheerful. I usually give my custom content sims custom traits instead of the base game ones, just so, you know, have them be a little more spicy and switch up their moodlets a little bit more than usual. So I'm gonna go ahead and X all these out and then add some new traits for him. So I know someone's gonna ask in the comment section, where do I find these traits? So typically where I find my custom content traits are from Muvasimmer. That's M-U-V-A Simmer. She has some really good traits. A lot of them are free as well on her Patreon, so make sure to check them out. And I also use traits from KiaraSims4 Sims. It's either KiaraSims4 Sims or KiaraSims4. I can't remember, but I'll put the correct name on the screen for both of them. Those are the only two people I typically use for custom traits. I might have a couple in here that are from other creators, but those are typically I typically end up getting those when I use custom sims from other creators that I download into my game. And I have a complete like traits, like custom content traits folder that I use in my mods folder in order to keep it all organized. But for the most part, Muvasimmer and KiaraSims4 Sims are like my go-to simmers that I use for my custom content traits. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick which traits I want for him to kind of, you know, set the tone of his personality. As you know, there are emotional, hobby, lifestyle, and social traits. So I think I'm going to go into lifestyle and see what I can find. Okay, so I'm going to make him a Fark boy. This is a Muvasimmer trait. It says Sims like you tend to do whatever they want, whenever they want. Caring about who you Fark over is far from your mind. Besides, your motto is Fark these souls. You like to lead stitches on and make them feel like they're special when in reality, you barely remember their names. All you care about is farking as many souls as you can and making simoleons, because what makes the world go around? Sissy and simoleons. So yeah, he gonna be a little Fark boy. Okay, I'm gonna give him that trait to start him off, and then choose a couple more for him. Of course, since he's going to be having the party planner aspiration, it makes sense to give him the party planner trait. Pretty sure this is by Kiara4Sims or KiaraSims4. I can't remember for the life of me right now, but it says these Sims like to host parties and make sure that everyone has a great time. So I'm going to give him the party planner trait, and he's a Fark boy. Let's see what other trait I'll give him to complete the look. All right, last but not least, I'm going to give him the moneymaker trait. This is another trait by Muvasimmer. It says one thing every sim knows about you. If it ain't about you is, if it ain't about the money, it don't matter. Every decision you make is based off of how lucrative it can be for you in the future. Doesn't matter if it's family, friends, or even your significant other. You can't be seen wasting your time on stuff that is irrelevant to your pockets. Due to this, you tend to fall out with a lot of your friends quickly. They slowly but surely begin to realize that you're only loyal to yourself and can't be trusted. Although you may not think it's true, it is. Even if another sim offered you simoleons to give up the deets on a family member, you would. Besides, it's not like they need to know who turned against them anyways. So yeah, he ain't shit, y'all. He looked like he was gonna be all cute and cheerful in the vanilla creator sim makeover, but the truth is he ain't shit. So we're gonna go ahead and give him that final trait as a Fark boy, a moneymaker, party planner who is literally gonna be in the streets, turning up, making shit shake in SimCity. So now that we have that, I typically do go in and make them pick likes and dislikes, but I'm gonna skip that for the sake of time and go straight into, before I even go into his clothing, I do like to make my Sims tatted. So I'm gonna go into tattoos. I'm gonna make him a little bit more buff, you know, the category is body, kind of snatch him up a little bit. I do sometimes like change up their body a little bit after I put the skin on it, because I do want to make sure that certain skins have different types of body texture. So I just like to make sure that he's looking fine. I kind of want to make him taller, so I am going to use my height slider mod and just kind of, you know, make him a little tall. Okay, tall chocolate. Okay, not even chocolate, caramel. And I guess I can give him some arm hair. I mean, why not? That did get included in the high school years update, so I'm gonna give him some arm hair. I guess that matches his hair. You can't see it, actually, now that I realize you can't see it with his skin, so I'm just gonna X that out, because he doesn't even have the ability to you can't really see his arm hair or leg hair with the skin tone, which is fine because I think there are some already included. But we're just going to go ahead straight into tattoos and see which tattoos will actually show up on the skin overlay. Like I said in the past, skin overlays are a bit more difficult to find tattoos that actually go on them. It looks like a couple of these that I've selected so far are showing up, but there are going to be a few that I also select that don't show up. So don't get mad if like you select a tattoo and you're like, why is it not showing up on my sim? Unfortunately, not all tattoos show up on all skin overlays, so just kind of keep picking and choosing and see which ones you like end up liking. I will link a couple of places that I like to find just random tattoos, male and female, from in the description box in case any of you are like, oh, I don't have enough tattoos. I will link a couple in the description box for y'all so you guys can check out some of those creators. But let me just go ahead and pick which tattoo I want for him, and then I'll be back shortly. As y'all can see, there are some tattoos that do give body hair, so he can have a little bit of chest hair. I am gonna keep that on him, and then see if there are some other tattoos that I can put on him that are just tattoos and not like added body hair details. But there are custom content creators who create their extra body details in the tattoo section, so make sure you guys always check that out in case you are having a hard time finding some skin overlays or body details in the skin details section. All right, y'all, so this is what I decided on for his tattoos. I gave him a sleeve, I gave him a back tat, I gave him another arm tat with a money over everything on his chest. You know, just gave him tatted at the top, clean at the bottom. And yeah, so this is gonna be his little tattoo body. And tattoos are a good way to just diversify your Sims if you want them to have, I guess, a backstory or have tattoos that mean something to them. There are a lot of good tattoo CC creators that are out there. I find a lot of them on Tumblr, but like I said, I'll link some more in the description box for y'all. So he is gonna be like a party type turn up boy, and I think I'm gonna try to see if I can find him a t-shirt so that his tattoos are kind of, you know, poking through. A lot of this male CC I've had for a few years now. I don't really download that much male CC on my own. A lot of them I just get when I download custom content mails, but I will try and link some good custom content creators in the description box. Complex Sims and Crunchy Stuff are two male CC creators that kind of come to mind when I think of custom content clothing, so I'll link both of those in the description box, and also link a couple more that I find whenever I finish editing this video for y'all. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick a shirt for him and then pick some pants, and then that's all that I'm gonna do on camera. Everything else I'll just decorate him off camera. You guys can definitely follow me on TikTok if you guys want to see him and my lives, and I will start streaming on Twitch soon, so if you're interested, make sure you follow me on Twitch as well, and you guys can check out some more of my gameplay there and see some of these Sims that I'll be creating in these speed creator sim videos and just in general. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let the music play again and then come in at the end to give y'all my final thoughts and suggestions on creating male Sims.
Bitch sit on my face, I attack that.
Don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it now, lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good. pussy like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
All right, y'all, so this is his final look. I did go in and give him some accessories, as y'all saw, to give him the little bit of like playboy party boy type of aesthetic, and I had to give him the classic swagger walk because you know he's swagging to steal your bitch, okay, your sitch. But yeah, so when creating male sims, I think that it's just fun to have fun with them. Don't try to make it look like anything you've seen before or anything. Like, just kind of envision what you want the sim to look like in terms of their personality or maybe the story that you're going to give them, and then you'll kind of be able to get to that final stage of what you want your male sim to look like. But yeah, I'm really happy with how Bryant Givens came out. Like I said, he is a party planner, he is a FARC boy, party planner trait again, and then money maker. So yeah, we took him from Maxis match base game no CC to alpha-fied, yassified, looking good, looking scrumptious, looking like he ready to steal all the sim stitches in the world. Like, I'm super excited to play with him and just kind of like test out his boundaries and see what trouble he gets up to in SimCity. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye. That's funny. I thought I was done, but I wasn't. Okay, I forgot to give him a beard. I forgot to, complete the look because it was giving a little bit baby face. Okay, so I'm going in now with some custom content and putting on a little mustache for him, a little mustache / beard for his everyday look. And I know he had a beard in his original Maxis match look, so it just made sense to give him some type of beard that went with his hair color. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I am going to make this sim available for free download on my Patreon. So make sure that you guys go over to Patreon so you can download him and have him in your game if you're still struggling to make some cute alpha sims. You can also subscribe to me on Patreon so you can download some of my other sims that will be available throughout the rest of this year for download. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch him get his final beard. And if you haven't, again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other videos you guys want me to do, or if you want me to create a alpha female sim tutorial, which I can get done. Thank y'all so much for the support, and I will see y'all on my next video.
Right now,